Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and get started. So my name is McKaylee Jonas, and I am the International Student Recruiter at the University of the Incarnate Word. I am a San Antonio native, and I've been at UIW now for almost 5 years. So I really love my position. I do all of our international outreach as well as our digital marketing and social media as well. Now I'd like to go ahead and invite my colleague to introduce himself. Isaac, can you go ahead and introduce?
Hi everyone, my name is Isaac Sanchez. It is a pleasure to be here with you all today. We have a very exciting topic, so hopefully you can learn a little bit more about our university and about our club sports program, something new that I'm sure you're gonna find very interesting.
Awesome, great. So we'll go ahead and start with talking a little bit about UIW. We will be recording this session and I will send you the recording afterwards. I'd like to go ahead and start. I'm going to launch a poll to see what field of study you are interested in. That way I can be sure to hit some highlights of those programs while going through the presentation. So I'm going ahead and starting that. If you'd like to go ahead and vote, that would be great. Awesome. I'm going to leave that open for a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you do have any questions, feel free to type in the chat box or come on the microphone. So first off, just some quick facts about UIW. We are located in San Antonio, Texas, which is far south here on the map. I'm sure most of you are familiar. I hope you've had a chance to visit us before. If not, it's a really great city, and I think you'll find it to be your second home. UIW was founded in 1881, so we've been around a while. It is a private Catholic university with about 8,600 students. So we are technically classified as a medium-sized institution. We offer over 90 different academic programs in a variety of fields. And something that makes us really unique is our student to teacher ratio of 11:1, meaning for every 11 students, there's a professor. So that's a really low ratio, which is really good because that means you're going to be close to your faculty members. They're going to, have an invested interest in your academic success. You'll get to know them better. It'll be a more personalized educational experience. Your average class size is going to be only about 25 students, which is great. At some big public universities, you might have 100, 200 people in your freshman class. So it's not very hands-on, it's not very personalized. And that's why we try to keep our class sizes small. So you do get to build stronger connections with your peers and your professors as well. We do have students from 80 different countries, so it is very diverse. We are a Hispanic serving institution, so we do get a lot of students from Mexico, Latin America, but all around the world as well. So San Antonio is in the heart of the Friendship State of Texas. We are the 7th largest city in the United States. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You have that strong community feel on campus, while you have all of the resources of a large city. So our campus is very centrally located. It's about 5 to 10 minutes from downtown. So you're near all of the famous sites like the Riverwalk and the Alamo. So it's a perfect location for you. We have a lot of history in San Antonio, about 300 years worth. A fun fact is we are home to the only UNESCO World Heritage Site in Texas. So we have a lot of history and culture here. As far as businesses go, we are a very large business, tech, healthcare, manufacturing hub. We are a top 10 city for tech jobs, and we have received special designation from both Travel and Leisure as well as National Geographic for being a top place to travel. Okay, so these are the colleges or schools we have within the university. So this is how our programs are divided. These are all of our undergraduate programs. So we do have a lot. I won't make you read them all. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our poll and see what we have people interested in. Okay, great. So we get a lot of interest in business. Business probably is our most popular program for international students. And that's because we have a lot of concentrations within the business school. So we have, for example, accounting, finance, economics, international business, management. So you can really kind of customize your program to what you're most interested in. For those of you who are interested in business, we do have a new venture startup challenge as well as a business plan competition. So lots of ways to really launch your business ideas and start building your resume as well. Our second most popular program would be computer information systems. We have several concentrations within that as well. And we also have cybersecurity systems. And San Antonio is a very good place for computer science right now. As far as engineering goes, we have electrical, mechanical, and mechatronics. So our students work a lot with building and flying drones, and they become licensed drone pilots. We have them work with local energy companies to inspect power lines so that they're getting that hands-on experience. We do have a great communication arts program as well with our own TV station, radio station, and newspaper. So lots of ways to really get involved there as well. Sciences is popular too. We have a lot of pre-med, pre-health students that go into our pharmacy, physical therapy programs. And I see there was one of you who put that you're interested in a different program. If there is a program you're interested in that I did not mention, feel free to type it in the chat box and I'll try to get you some more highlights on that as well. Okay, so I think everyone here is undergraduate, but just in case, I'll briefly talk about our graduate programs. We do have master's degrees in a variety of educational fields, as well as communication arts, nutrition, and then we have an MS accounting program, as well as an MBA program. The great thing with our MBA program and our MS accounting program is that they do not require the GRE or GMAT for admission into the program. So that's really cool for those students. At the doctoral level, we have education with a variety of concentrations. And then we have professional programs in optometry, pharmacy, and physical therapy. So what makes UIW different from other institutions? Definitely our small class sizes. You know, the professors you have are going to know you throughout your 4 years at university. They're going to be well invested in your success. So you'll get a personal academic advisor that is part of the faculty in your program. So they can help you monitor your degree plan and your path to graduation. Also, it's really good to build strong relationships with your professors because they're going to be the ones that will write recommendation letters for you if you want to go on to grad school, or sometimes even the job market will request recommendations. We also have a very high, we have a very high interest in career and professional development for our students. So we have free career services. And we do bring job fairs to campus. So every semester you can start as early as your first year meeting and networking with employers, finding what kind of jobs are in and around the San Antonio area, who's hiring, who's looking for interns. So that's a really great way to, start getting into your fields. We also have other services like resume review, mock interviews, professional development workshops, such as, how to dress professionally, how to attend a formal dinner, proper business etiquette, those type of things, so that you're really prepared to, successfully ace that interview when you go on to the job market. So a lot of students really can build a very successful resume just from their college experience because we do have so many hands-on opportunities for you. I mentioned our business plan competition. We also have a student managed fund where students practice investing with real money. We have a fashion show, TV station, lots of ways for students to really build their skills. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about the university experience. So we do have over 100 different student organizations on our campus of all types, professional organizations, honor societies, multicultural groups, athletic organizations, lots of ways to get involved and meet friends. We do host about 150 multicultural events each year. And we have a great international student ambassadors program. So the way this works is if you're coming as a new student, you'll be paired up with a current student to help show you around, help you get your ID, help you move into your dorm room. That way you have someone to greet you here and to help show you around, and you already have a friend. So just a lot of resources to really help with that cultural adjustment. We will pick you up from the airport. We'll be the first friendly face you see in San Antonio. And we do have a great international orientation specifically for our international students. So 2 mornings of that will be information sessions. And then the rest of the week is typically just fun events like student mixers, a free city tour. So you're getting to know the community and start building friendships before your classes even start. So unfortunately this year, because of COVID, it's been a little bit different. We've switched to a virtual format for a lot of these services. We're hoping that starting fall 2021, we can resume a lot of these in-person activities. We do have limited campus programming with Campus Engagement, who's been hosting socially distanced events on campus as well. We typically have cultural excursions throughout the year. In the spring, we do a hiking trip, we go to the rodeo. In the fall, we go to the corn maze, we go to the Texas Capitol. We also go to professional sporting events like the baseball games, NBA games, just so you're getting to know more of the culture and getting more of that US experience. We do also offer club and intramural sports. My colleague will be talking about club sports in a few minutes. And then the other thing I wanted to mention here is that we do have 10 different residence halls on our campus that you can choose from. So they range from single room to double room, and you kind of get to pick what setup you like. It is not required for you to live on campus. We like to recommend it for your first year, just so that you can, get the hang of things. You can, find your way around easier. So you're on campus for all the events, but it is entirely your decision. All right, so why should you apply to UIW? Well, we make the application process as easy as possible for you. We do have guided support throughout the whole process. We know that you're taking a very big step by deciding to pursue higher education in the United States, country you've maybe never been to before. So we'd like to make the process as quick and easy as possible for you. So there's no application fee, and we do have rolling admission, which means you can apply at any time. Once you submit your application, you will get your admission decision within about a week if you're an undergraduate student. So it's a really quick turnaround time. We'll let you know how much money you make in scholarships as well. So the application can be found on our website or on the Common App, whichever you prefer. So what do we need for your application? Once you fill out the Common App or the online application, we really just need 2 things from you. We need a copy of your high school transcripts. So we can accept that via email from your counselor, from you, and then we need proof of English proficiency. So we have a lot of different ways that you can meet this requirement. You might already meet this requirement and just don't know it. So if you have any questions about this, be sure to let us know. We accept all of the major English proficiency exams. We're now accepting Duolingo, which is probably the one I recommend most. It's pretty reasonably priced, and you can do it at home anytime on your own schedule. If you are currently at an institution and pursuing a US or IB diploma, you do not need to take any of the English proficiency exams. You'll already meet that requirement. For graduate students, it's basically the same. We need your transcripts and proof of English proficiency. And then depending on what program you're interested in, there might be a few additional requirements. So we just ask that you contact us and we can help you with that. Scholarships. We do have great scholarships available. They are merit-based. So we look at your overall grade point average, and then you'll receive a scholarship automatically when you apply. And that scholarship will range from $5,000 to $20,000 per year. It is renewable, so that's great. You won't have to worry about, renewing it each year. And there's no separate application for the scholarship. You'll get it automatically with your application. For graduate students, we do have a diversity scholarship available. We award a few of those each year, so just reach out to us if you're interested in that. So this is what our website looks like. It's just uiw.edu/international admissions. It does have a link to our application as well as our inquiry form. But also we're very active on social media. So please do follow us on Instagram specifically, because that's where I post a lot of our reels about the student experience, student interviews, events happening on campus. So it's a really great way to get that inside look at UIW. And then in the chat box as well, I'll post our QR code for our WhatsApp. So if you'd like to message us on WhatsApp, if you have a question, if you just want to say hello, feel free to reach out there. Okay, before I pass it over to my colleague Isaac, I'd like to go ahead and open up questions about UIW specifically. If you have a question about a particular program or the application process. If you have any burning questions now, feel free to either come on the microphone or post in the chat box. But I'll be here after the whole presentation as well if you think of something later. All right, our QR code for WhatsApp is in the chat box. And from here, I am going to stop my screen share and I'm going to pass it over to Isaac. Let's see, do we have any questions? Where can we find more information about the scholarships? Perfect. Just on our website, we should have a scholarship scale available on there so that you can kind of see what you're qualified for based on whatever GPA you have now. Also, if you want to just send over your transcript and have us take a look at it, we can look over your transcript and kind of let you know how much scholarship you're eligible for currently. For that, you can either email me or contact me on WhatsApp, and I can kind of give you a better idea of what you're qualified for. All right, are there any more questions before I pass it over? Okay, great. I'm going to pass it over to Isaac to talk about our wonderful club sports program. If you do think of any more questions, I'll be hanging out here, so just reach out whenever you feel like it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Makeli. I think now you all can see my screen. Yep. Well, thank you very much, Makeli. Thanks for putting all this together. Great job on the presentation. Now we're going to transition into the club sports and athletics at UIW. We get a lot of questions about this. So I would like to start with a nice quote that really resonates with me. And it's from Nelson Mandela. He says, sports have the power to change the world. I said again, sports have the power to change the world, and I truly believe in this. And I'm going to share a little bit about my background, and you'll see the connection. I was born and raised in Mexico City. I recently finished my master's in business administration. When I was 18, 19, like some of you out there, I never thought about getting a master's degree. And it was through sports that some opportunities opened up for me. And yeah, here I am now with a master's degree and also working full time for the University of the Incarnate Word. It's a great opportunity. My position is international club sports specialist. So part of my functions is to help you guys to dive into the application process, explain what sports we have available, what type of scholarships, what's the level like, and overall ensure you have a great college experience. And that's how I started my presentation. Club sports in particular will enrich your collegiate experience. So I'm going to talk a little bit about just athletics in general and how it works at the college level. You might have heard of the NCAA. Under this league, we have a Division One, Division Two, and Division Three. It really depends not on the level, but rather on budgets, locations of certain universities. But yeah, I will say the most famous and the most competitive is Division One. We are fortunate to have Division One athletics at UIW in a variety of sports, but that's not the only options. At the college level, there's also leagues like NAIA and the Junior College League, but we also have club sports. It's kind of like a new concept. You might not have heard of it, but I'm gonna talk about it here in a second. But before that, I wanna present you some numbers of the reality of the NCAA. We're talking about a highly competitive league. If you look at the graph here at the corner, you can see that the transition from high school to the NCAA is the margin is minimal. Look at soccer, for example. It's less than 6% of athletes that make that jump from varsity teams. That means representative teams in high school that make the transition to the NCAA. When we talk about Division One, that margin is even lower. We're talking about that 2% of high school athletes that go on and play at the NCAA level. That's 1 out of 54, just to put things on perspective. Highly competitive, highly regulated league. We're talking about really like super athletes at this level. And that's why we created club sports. And let me explain you what this is all about. It's basically a student organization, just one of the hundreds we have on campus, like Makeli mentioned. It's a student organization that strives for nothing more than extracurricular engagement and physical and mental well-being. In a sense, we're trying to mimic what's done at the Division One level, and we represent UIW at regional and national competitions. We follow a club sports model. That is, we pay a participation fee in order to register to leagues, to help out with uniforms, to sort out transportation costs, etc. But different from NCAA athletes, at club sports, we pay a small fee for participation. I just want to make that very, very clear. Now, we have our very own league. It's through NIRSA, the equivalent of NCAA at the club level. And they provide rules, regulations, and bylaws, which all teams need to follow, okay? There's an estimated 2 million of student athletes competing under this format. This number comes from the New York Times, sorry. And let me tell you, this is just growing and growing. A lot of universities are putting resources and money into these programs. Why? Because they understand that having athletes that are active, that are engaged, that are healthy, will improve their collegiate experience. We compete locally at the conference level against other public and private universities, such as UTSA, UT Austin, Texas State. These are big, big universities. but we also compete against Trinity University and other small private schools. So the league is very competitive. We initially play at the conference level. If we manage to win that title, we play at the regional level. And if we win the regional tournament, we can compete for a spot at the national level. It works very similar to NCAA in that sense, but at a much lower level, I would say. So again, just to summarize some key points about club sports, we have fantastic location and facilities. Since we have Division One programs, sometimes we have access to those facilities, and it's a luxury that many of us didn't have in our home countries. There's no age restriction for club sports. Once you enroll, you're pretty much in. You can compete. Obviously, you need to pay your fee. You need to go get a physical to make sure you're physically able to perform the workouts. And different from the NCAA programs, we focus on development. Probably at the Division One level, they're looking for performance. They're trying to win championships. They're trying to earn titles. Here at the club level, we talk about development. There's less pressure, less commitment. It's all about having fun and being active. In order to achieve that, we have secured qualified coaching staff. Most of these coaches have played at the Division One level. Some of them have had professional experience. I can tell you, for example, our men's club soccer coach played professionally for San Antonio FC. Our local team, they compete at the second league, second professional league in the US. So these are guys that are very well prepared. They have earned their coaching badges, and they're, in all honesty, great people to mentor our young athletes. Something that we are innovating on is in providing not only academic scholarship, but also small athletic incentives for those athletes that want to compete at the club level, and also in a way get rewarded for that. If we put all these pieces together, we're talking about a holistic approach. That means you're not only having a great time in the classroom, learning great things, but you are also becoming a better person by being active, by meeting people, that are working with teammates, developing leadership skills, and you can also build your resume by participating in these type of clubs. Overall, we're talking about sports education of excellence. We believe the combination of education and sports, it's the magic formula for someone to have a really good time and develop a lot of soft skills. This is a slide that shows all the sports we have available at the moment at the club level, both in male and female athletes. So soccer and basketball are probably our two most popular sports, but we have also triathlon, for example, that it's a growing sport that is getting a lot of traction, a lot of interest. We have lacrosse, volleyball, of course, trap and skid. So these are just a couple options for you to participate on. It's important to highlight that you can even compete in two different sports. Maybe you can play soccer in the fall and basketball during your spring semester. So again, something different that is not, maybe it's not possible at the Division One level, given the commitment and the level of competition. But here in club sports, it is totally possible. Now, let me highlight, we have one of the top facilities in South Texas. We have a great sports complex where we play basketball, volleyball, all kinds of sports indoors. We have renovated our weight room. It has everything you can imagine that you can find in a gym, from dumbbells to bars to everything. It's in there. Now we have our Benson Stadium with a new turf field, which looks amazing. We host about 6,000 spectators in our stadium. We practice and we play at Benson Stadium at the club level. So again, our athletes really enjoy having the opportunity to compete and practice in a facility that is first class, it's top notch. There's a survey about what sports you're interested in. Thanks, Makeli, for doing that. We're going to review that here in a second. And I'm going to move forward with our next slide that talks about club sports expertise. What can you receive under club sports? Well, we can guarantee you professional coaching and a great environment. We have all the tools to provide that, an environment where you feel like a professional athlete. We have strength and conditioning coaches that are going to help you to get stronger and be fit. If something goes wrong and you get injured, we have certified athletic trainers to help you with that. We have also developed a curriculum where we have a leadership and personal development workshop. We want you to, again, focus on the human being first before the athlete. So we want to make sure you develop those soft skills. We have community service projects where you get to work with your teammates in big projects to help out the local community. And overall, we want to create well-rounded citizens, well-rounded students that enjoy doing outdoors activities and that actually love representing their school. Makeli already touched on the scholarship portion on the academic side, where you can get rewarded for the passion and commitment to the sport you love. So on top of any academic scholarship you can earn, we can give you an additional $2,000 once you complete our evaluation form and once you get cleared to practice your sport. So again, it's a great opportunity to put additional money on your scholarship by doing what you love the most. So in summary, I'm putting some numbers out here. Tuition overall is about $34,000. You can earn academic scholarship up to $20,000. You can earn $2,000 on Catholic scholarship if you come from a Catholic high school, and you can earn an additional $2,000 if you get accepted to play club sports for a total of $22,000. So again, it's a great opportunity. This year, we do not require SAT exams or SAT scores to earn academic scholarship. So you can get a great scholarship by combining all these three components. In Latin America especially, we like to run numbers by month. So if you look at the numbers here, we can say that roughly you will be spending about $1,000 per month on tuition, which is not bad at all. Obviously, you need to include your housing and meals and all those costs. You need to factor those in. But hey, it's a great opportunity to save some money and to attend a great institution like UIW. I have some testimonials here from people that have had a great time with club sports. For example, Derek, he says that you can attend a practice knowing no one and live being friends with everyone. So again, we touch on that support network that you can create once you belong to a team. That for us as international students helps a lot to have a teammate that can tell you, hey, you know, you can take this class with this professor. He's a little easier on things, less homework, whatever. It helps to have someone as a support when you come from a different country, when you're adjusting to a new language. And again, a lot of things are changing. So it's very important to have that in college. Meshari, he's from Saudi Arabia. He said that game day was particularly special to him. The stadium, the lights, the crowd. He felt like a professional soccer player. So again, some examples, some quotes from people that have had a great time with club sports, and most of them have already graduated and they're doing great things out there. And I just want to finish with another quote. As you can notice, I like those. This one is from Benjamin Franklin. He says, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So again, keep that in mind. I know you're already taking the first step, that is doing your research, attending these info sessions. Keep doing that. Fill out the application at the link that Michaeli sent, so we can give you a more personalized attention on your questions, and hopefully we can help you come to UIW. Again, here we have the QR code for you to chat on WhatsApp. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. I think we have some questions here on the chat, Michaeli. Which club sports are available? Well, we have, let me see if I can go back to my presentation.
Yeah, so we had 3 people say they're interested in soccer, 2 are interested in basketball, we have 1 interested in volleyball, and 1 interested in triathlon as well. So especially if you did share that you were interested in one of these sports, please do complete the inquiry form that we have. I posted it in the chat box and I'll post it again. I already got 2 people, Jose and Amaury, who submitted the form, so thank you so much for that. That's how we can, better communicate with you about your particular interests.
Yes, thank you, Michaeli. Please fill out the form. It's gonna give us a better idea of how we can better serve you. We have soccer, basketball, volleyball, lacrosse, track and ski, triathlon. I see someone here that says he's interested in swimming, so maybe triathlon could be a good option for you, where you can combine biking and running. I did triathlon myself my last semester at UIW, and I had a great time. So again, I just want to encourage you to fill out the form and get in contact with us so we can help you with the whole process.
Does anyone have any questions about anything for either myself or Isaac? Please feel free to type in the chat box or come on the microphone to say hi. Isaac, can you put up your contact information again?
Sure.
So if you do think of any questions later on, something we didn't cover, something that you just thought of, do feel free to reach out to us anytime. I have recorded this session, so I will be sending it to you via email. That way, if you missed anything or if you have any friends that want to hear it too. Also, please do keep updated on our social media, because that's where we are going to post about different events coming up. Starting in the end of February, we will actually be offering a teaser class so that you can get an idea of what a university academic setting is like. So we will be having an actual faculty member with us to give you a mock class of what it would be like to attend a university level experience. So we will be posting more information about that shortly. Jose asks, what is the average duration of a program in international business? So all of our undergraduate programs, regardless of what fields, all bachelor's programs are 4 years. That is the standard amount of time it takes to complete the degree. You can potentially graduate a little faster if you take some summer classes, which are optional, or if you have any AP or IB credits. We do accept those scores, so you could potentially start earning some credits towards your college degree while you're still in high school. So that's a really good benefit of that. And if you are enrolled in AP or IB, we'll look at that when we take a look at your transcript, and we can let you know about that as well. Swimming. So we do have a swimming and diving team for both men and women at the NCAA Division I level. If you are interested in participating in one of the Division I sports, I would like to say it is very competitive, so we do recommend that you get your information in as soon as possible. Veronica, I will send you a direct message with a link to the particular form that you can fill out. All of our sports have a form you can submit, and that way your information will go directly to the coach. And if they are interested in scouting you, they can get in touch with you about what positions they have available and what is available in scholarships. So if you are interested in pursuing a Division I sport at a competitive level, we recommend that you start communicating with us about your interest and get your information into the coach probably the beginning of your senior year is kind of the timeline we recommend. Lincoln School, great. Yes, so Miss Veronica, Miss Reyes, I will send you the information for the links for swimming. Does anyone else have any questions for us? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.